We have a 1965 Mustang. Going to be doing some upgrades to the braking system and some repairs. Got a few leaks. We changed some stuff out. Going to upgrade to a power brakes, vacuum booster, and upgrade the front from these lovely drum brakes. The rear we're going to leave alone for now. Got some parts from CPP. Hopefully take you along for the entire journey here. So these rotors pad brake kit comes complete with knuckles and everything. I believe it's it also comes with new brake lines. Also have some new outer tie rods because the knuckles are different. And here's the booster with coercioning valve to do a little modifications to the hoses. It should help this thing stop a whole lot better. Started disassembly on the old steering and brakes. Digging out the ball joint nuts, links. The tie rod in loose. Still going to change out the tie rod. Finish getting this bar and bushing out of here. Change these bushings. So, making progress. Well, as you can see, skipped ahead here. We got this side installed with the new setup. Don't have the new hose in yet. We're going to have to end up changing these lines. These ends are a different size than our new lines. So we're going to have to bend up and put some new lines in, which is not a problem. We can do that. It's not that serious. We had line and ends prepared and for just such an occasion. I'm actually show you the other side in super fast motion because I'm not that fast. So you'll get to watch me work extra fast, which is out of character for me. As you can see now, we got both sides on. We still got to do tie rod ends and the bushing mounts. I haven't done either bushing, but we've got the rods loose so we can get the bushings out. Still got to do our brake lines. Like I said, we have to make new lines with new ends. We could reuse these lines and put new ends on them, but we're putting in that master as well, so we're just gonna do new lines at least to each of these front two wheels. As you might tell, we skipped a few steps here, but just some basic stuff. We put in new cotter pins in the ball joints. Already got our tie rods in, and these new bushings as well. It's pretty straightforward. Just unbolt that when you have it loose at the control arm. It's easy to go. Got the new line bracket in. Had to tweak it a little bit. It's a reproduction, so it doesn't fit quite right, so we had to modify it slightly. And we also had to use the original tie rod here, because this is a power steering car, and try to find some information on what else you can use, and nobody has anything out there. So we had a conical shim that we used inside this tie rod so that it fits tightly in the knuckle. Everything's secure, tight, and safe. We even got a new cotter pin there. Just reuse that one. The other side is replaced with the greasable one that came in the kit. We still gotta set the toe roughly. Got the wheel fit on here to check. Got just enough clearance. That's the pads rubbing the rotor, not the wheel rubbing the caliper. As you see, there's no marks there, but fits tight, but it works. Finished getting the toe set. Only got the rubber lines in. We still have to do the metal lines. We got the rubber lines all the way up to where we have to make our new metal lines. Well, as you can tell, we're going to be up top now working on this new master. We have to maybe reroute these lines. I don't know these AC lines, so we can get a little better. And we're replacing this brace with the export brace. So we're going to pull that out and see how it goes. Here's your inside brake clip. If we can. Brake switch, everything up there. Let's get that slid off and we should be out. Alright, so you have this adapter bracket here. These goes on like this. And to take it over here, you've got the two bolts that the original booster went in there, and you take these two out, and you're gonna mount that up and drill out the bottom two bolts so you can mount up your booster. As you may or may not be able to see, let me see down here. Oh, light about light. These holes are lining up here. The terrible lighting on this bracket. And the other problem is behind this are some captured nuts in that bracket. If I'm done shaking you around. So we're going to have to figure out a solution there before we can continue with that installation. But I did get most of the lines out of the way. These are the front lines. That's the rear line is out. We just got to get the new lines made. But first we got to figure out how to make that bracket work. All right. Made some modifications. Got our holes drilled out. Let's see if I can show you. what we had to do in here. Up under here has these nuts. Oh my goodness. You see one there that actually still has a bolt through it. And then there you can see where the one was above it. Had to remove those so we could get this to bolt through. Okay, next issue. As you can see, we have the holes opened up with the big hole. You can see the line there scribed around there. I'm gonna have to get this opened up. The booster will not pass through unless I trim that down a little bit. So now we're gonna have to get that trimmed out. Got it sandwiched in there now. You didn't see me cut the hole. I used this hole saw here. Not an endorsement, but I do like their stuff. At least their hole saws. Very tight. Not a whole lot of room in here, but we'll be dealing with that. We'll probably end up having to pull this master out again a time or two just to make room for getting the lines in. But should be able to make it work. Time to make some lines. Got some of the first lines bent up. Let's get some new grommets. I got it down here into the darkness. You can almost see the light. Yep. Down into the line, so we'll get a grommet for that. Taking shape, that's the rear line there. We had to reshape that. It's going to go to the adjuster on the booster. Everything else goes to the junction there, both left and right, front. Then that comes off the master. After a little bit of work, the other line coming over, routed under the booster. Went ahead and put the master on, got the rear line running to the adjustable proportioner, and we got all we have left is the front line to connect. It's going to go from here to right over there if it'll cooperate, and should all be hooked up and ready to go. We're going to have to bleed it after that. And then I got the export brace installed. We've got plenty of room to access the master here, so we're good. Hoses route pretty well. Didn't even have to reroute them. Probably secure them with some ties and clamps so they're not moving around, rubbing on anything. You can see the vacuum line there. Getting closer. There, got the brake split out. Got pedal. What's left is test drive, but I think that's it for this video.